Hello, welcome to Camp Steinfjord. My name is Robin and you're going to rent a boat, and in this video we're going to show you what you need to know. As you can see, the boat right now is nice and clean, and that is how we wanted to return it.
All the boats are equipped with 4 ropes, one in each corner. And there's another rope called a spring. This is the spring. And it's very important for you to put it, otherwise the boat will hit the dock. Don't forget the spring.
Under here you have the throttle for refueling, and you have the lid here. You have some emergency equipment, and inside here there's an anchor, and here this red thing, can come closer, you turn on the electricity here. So you turn this to the left, and now the electricity is on. And it is also important that when you get back you turn off the electricity, otherwise you won't be able to start the boat the next day. This cover here you take off and you take on every day, so everything that's behind here stays protected during all weather. Yeah, we usually put this cover in here. Okay, so now we're here at the front chart menu. So when you're touching and searching for spots, so now I've touched here, and then you're driving and you won't see the boat, then you have to press stop panning here to get back to where you are. If the brightness is super low, you press the start button twice, and then you're back to where you begin. And as you see right now, it's in the navigation mode. You can also press home here, and then you can press combo, and then you have both fishing. So now you have both the chart and the sonar at the same time. And here you have the VHF, and during an emergency you press this one to get to channel 16, or you open this and press the red button, and that will automatically send on Mayday. And to be able to use the VHF the best way, you need to put up this one so it stays up, and then you have greater reach with the VHF. When we're talking with the boats with each other, we use channel 72. And when you're talking, you press down this. See this button here? So you press this down and then you start talking, otherwise your first half sentence won't be heard. You can see on the fuel gauge right now, the boat is completely full. And even if I rock the boat back and forth, you see that it's still on full. So when you return the boat, we want it at full, even when you are rocking the boat back and forth. Another good thing to do is before you head out with the boat for the first time, you check the propeller, and after, when you return it, check it as well. If you see that you have got a line in the propeller, you come inside and tell us right away.
So when you are returning the boat, make sure it looks like this. Put all the ropes in each corner, make sure the fender are outside, the boat should be clean, filled up, and the cover should be on. Rules. So we have a couple of rules here at Camp Steinfjord when you're renting the boat that you need to follow. The first rule is alcohol. When you're out with the boat driving, you're not allowed to consume any sort of alcohol, and that includes the captain and the crew on the boat. If we see anybody taking out or drinking alcohol in the boat, we're going to take the boat key straight away and you won't be able to rent the boat anymore. So please don't drink and drive. It's very important. Rule number 2 is floating device. Either you need to have a floating suit or you need to have a floating vest. That's also one of the rules. Rule number 3 is the minimum sizes of the fishes, which is very important to follow also. So for the cod, it's minimum 55. For the haddock, it's 45. And for the halibut, it's 84 until 130. And for the plaice, it is 28 until 50. And for the redfish is 32. And those rules are very important to follow. Do not take up bigger or smaller fishes than these sizes. If you will do it, and we will see it out in the fillet room, we're going to take the fish from it. So please do not take any bigger fishes than that. And the last rule is when you're driving in and out of the dock, either if you're placed here or at the floating dock, don't drive fast all the way in because you will create a big wave. So slow down a couple of 100 meters before, so it's always nice and calm water here. Yeah, that's the rules that you need to think of when you're renting the boat here at Camp Steinfjord. And please follow the rules, otherwise we will have a problem. Thank you. Driving in and out from the fjord. So down here is Camp Steinfjord. When you're driving from Camp Steinfjord, you should first drive approximately 200 meters out in the fjord. After that, you aim for the lighthouse in the middle of the fjord. Before the lighthouse, approximately 200 meters, there will be a black pole on your right side. It should always be on your right side. After the black pole, you will have the lighthouse on your left side. And after the lighthouse, you're going to have 2 green poles in the water. Make sure they are also on your left side. This is how you should drive. So, here is the black pole, here is the lighthouse, and here's 2 green poles. So the black pole should be on your right side, the lighthouse should be on your left side, and the 2 green poles should also be on your left side. Make sure you don't drive here. This area is a very, very dangerous and shallow area. So make sure you drive past 2 of those green poles. And this area before the lighthouse and the poles is also quite dangerous. That's why it's very important to drive out a couple of 100 meters before aiming for the lighthouse. If you're uncertain about this, please don't hesitate to ask any of the staff.
Coming home with fish from the sea, or when you are leaving the rest of the fish after you've been filleting, you can take this. But an important thing to do is that you take this way around the building, not the other way. Equipments of the boat. And as you can see, all these boxes are individually numbered. So say you have boat number 10, then you take these boxes which have number 10 on them. And in these boxes we have a fish hook to catch the fish. There is a bucket, a measuring tape, a brush to clean the boat, a big halibut hook, and a rope for tailing the halibut. And as you can see, these are super clean, and that is the way we want them to be returned. And everything shall be inside them as well.
And this is how we want it to look when you return all the boxes. Nice, clean, and all the equipment back in the boxes.
Okay, as you can see, we're on the freezer right now. And if you check on all these here, you have individual numbers. So here's 1, and you have 2, and so on. So we want you to put, if you have both 1, then you only put your fish boxes on 1. So everything is nice and sorted and easy to know what is yours.
If you need to buy one of those boxes for transporting the fish back home, you can pay in the restaurant. They are 150 crown each. It's included a box and a lid.
Now we're going to the changing rooms. So it's in here. And here you can see that everything is also numbered from 1 to 10, and also for the bigger boats, Vera and Julia. So when you're coming from the fishing and you change your clothes, make sure that you only use the number that you have on your boat. And if it's been super rainy or wet out, make sure that there's room for air. So open the overalls and make sure that you don't put them on each other, because otherwise they won't be dry the next day.
In this area, you can tackle up all your fishing gear and other equipment for your activity on the ocean.
Here we have the cutting boards, and as you can see, they're all along the ridge here. So when you're filleting your fish, you put a cutting board and you pull it up. And then you have knives on the wall over there. And so when you're filleting, make sure that after every fish, you rinse the board. Because otherwise the next fillets will be super dirty and bloody. Okay, so when you're done filleting, you put your carcasses in the box, in your numbered boxes. And then you head out in the fjord a kilometer out or something, and then you just toss it overboard, and then you come back in, and then you clean the boxes so that they are nice and white.
Yeah.
And when you're done filleting, make sure that all the areas you rinse it off, and make sure that it's nice and clean for the next one to come and fillet. When you come in with the boat, you can park it here. Then you can spray it off with some fresh water you find on the wall here, and just make sure that everything is nice and clean when you return it.
Here you can see all the minimum sizes of the fish. So cod is 55, halibut is 84 until 130. Everything else has to be put back. Redfish is minimum 32, haddock 45, and plaice between 28 and 50 centimeters. And another important thing is when you're allowed to fish the different species. So halibut, you're not allowed to fish it from December 20 until April 20. And the kingfish, you're only allowed to fish from 1st of June until end of August. Make sure to take a photo of this so you don't have to think about it when you're out in the boat.
So when you need to refill your boat, you head into the restaurant and you pay for the amount of canisters that you need to refill your boat. And then we will put the canisters out here. And make sure that you take the cans straight away, because otherwise it's possible that someone messes up and takes them instead. When you are going to return the boat, you need to refill it full. So what you do is you talk to one of the staff and you tell them that I need to refuel my boat. And then you get as many cans as you need, and then you refill it. And then afterwards you pay the exact amount you have used. This is the contract for the boats. So what you need to fill in is your room number or house number, number of your boat, your name clearly so that we can read it, your phone number clearly, the rental period, so the day you get the boat and the day you return the boat, a signature here and a signature here. And we also have an extra insurance, as we call it, if you want, that lowers the deductible from 16,000 Norwegian to 4,000 Norwegian if you accidentally run aground or something similar.
So this is how it should look.
You have finished fishing. After every day you need to register your catch, and you do it on this website called GoFish, as you see, gofish.no. So you search for that in the internet, and then you press login, and then you choose fisherman, you see there, and then you log in with the phone number that is on the contract. So in this case it's this one. So you begin with the land code, so 0046 if you're in Sweden, and then you continue with the number. And now I have logged in, and when I want to register a catch, I press this button in the middle down here. And now you can see that there are lots of different pictures of fish. So for an example, I've caught 2 cod that I've kept today, and I've released 1 cod. Then I press here, and as you see it says behold or kept. So I've kept 2 and I've released 1. And you do that for all the species here, if you've caught any of them. And then you press register fångst or register catch. And this is important that you do every single day, so the statistics and everything is right when you leave the country with the fish. We hope you're going to have a really fun stay here at Camp Steinfjord. We hope you catch lots of fish. And if there's any other questions, don't hesitate to ask any of the staff.